Stuart Dunn, Paul Wicks, Brian Moon, your broadcast team. We'll get to the possum for the three-quarter time summary in just a moment. The umpire has the footy to the first goal's big here as Geelong will just about snuff out any chance, but Maryborough Castlemaine win the clearance through Matt Smith after a good little handball from Parkin. He went down towards Matt Brown, couldn't take the mark, goes again, hands and knees, locks it in, and we will see a ball up. Brian Moon, what was the word down there in the three-quarter time?
From Shane Fish, he just wants them to be smarter in this last quarter. It's only it's our mistakes that's making Geelong capitalise. He says they're matching the man for man, but if you're inside the 50, just go for home, and they've got plenty in the tank to just keep on running in this last quarter.
So they're going to need a first goal here. It's been spilled back out to the boundary line from the throw-in. Umpire throwing it in 35 metres around from the goal. Pilgrim in the ruck, knocked it back towards goal, but getting back, mopping up McLeod, and they rush it through Parsons for a behind. And they move to 6-10 now. Maryborough trailing by 27 points. Geelong are 11-7. Little kick comes into the pocket to Geelong. Huddle pass.
Yeah, from Daryl Bissett, he said, we are controlling the game. Maryborough have to play catch-up football now. They're the ones that are in the pressure's on them. He wants his boys to shut down the game and just hold the ball a bit longer, almost basketball style. The more you've got the ball, the less chance the other team can score.
The kick came out to a Rickett, who takes the mark, courtesy of the kick that came to him from McLeod. He goes into the middle of the ground. McNamara still in his defensive 50. Kicks it towards half forward. It'll clear everybody. Parker got the wheels. He turned and ran back first for it. Little toe poke, keeps the ball in front of himself. Then wheels it back inside the forward 50. It just is bustled over the line though. And we'll have a throw-in right underneath the scoreboard, which shows 11-7 Geelong, 6-10 Maryborough. We've been going, well, I forgot to start the clock, boss. We couldn't have been going more than
about 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes. As it comes out to Whitney, who goes the Bunana, but it's your rotten old sort of Bunana, out of bounds on the full. I'm not even sure you'd make that into a Bunana cake, in fact, boss.
No, you'd throw that at monkeys, I reckon.
Yeah, it was just the outside of the boot job that was hit straight in the guts of the footy and didn't screw back at all. So it's gone a long way over into the vicinity of the netball court. So we'll just await the ball to be returned there to Scott Sellers, who's waiting to kick it in, especially our button pusher, David Stretch, tells me it's coming back now, makes his sort of special comment addition to the footy broadcast. It's some of his very best work.
Well, he's paid for his day then, hasn't he, with one?
Yeah, Sellers kicked it in. Reid took a good mark on the outer side. He goes long. Rascola was the target. He did enough to make a spoil there. Asplund, handball back in board. They're just fumbling with the footy a little bit though, and now Geelong arrive and take it away. Rickett,
took it away too easy.
Strong in the tackle, got it to Chalice. He went towards Pittman, who had it punched away from him close to the line, and we'll see a boundary throw in. 45 metres out from the Geelong goal, but wrong end of the ground as far as the game's concerned, or the close finish is concerned. They are 73, Maryborough Castlemaine are 45. Up it goes. It's knocked down by Wilson. Quick snap comes out of the pack there by Whitney. One hand juggling mark taken in the goal square by Miller, and he will go back from point blank range and kick for his third, and this will be just about all she wrote as he blasts it through the centre. He has got 3, Blake Miller. His side have 12. They are 12-7 now, leading Maryborough Castlemaine 6-10, and I think I hear a warble, boys.
That's it. Taken away from the contest too easy, aren't they? Every time there's a stoppage, they're almost walking out with it now.
Yeah, they have.
It's really coming down to who wants to be in the top 20 in the VCFL or the AFL Country Championships next year. This is a spot for the top 20 position, and Geelong are certainly digging a little bit deeper than Maryborough are.
Yeah, certainly running a bit harder, I think, at this stage of the game. 34 points is the margin now. Long way back from here, as even though they are kicking to the end, the Maryborough Castlemaine side, where the bulk of the goals have been kicked today, 6 goals when they've only kicked that many for the rest of the game, I think is out of the question. Now Reid palms it down, but the quick kick comes Geelong's way towards half-forward. Spalding in front position, couldn't mark it. Off hands, it came to Chalice. He kicks into the pocket, and a good sliding mark by Holzfiend there, who kicked the first goal of the game, has 2 for the day. Now, he's 45 metres out, 45-degree angle. Be a good kick from here. He's going back and setting up for it. I've been impressed with him. He's been busy around the forward line today. As he comes in, just opens the angle a little bit, kicks, it's swinging back. I'll tell you what, it has swung back very nicely, and that is his 3rd. And, well, if it wasn't over before, that now moves the margin to 40 points. I reckon pretty comfortably is now.
That's been one of the big differences too, hasn't it? They're small forwards. Like Maryborough, Castlemaine, small forwards have been non-existent, really. Yeah,
they haven't had a lot of crumbing goals. In fact, Asplin, who more of a midfielder, but the other goal, Cody Driscoll, I guess, is probably a bit oversized as well. You're right, they haven't really found a goal from a small player at all today. Up they go. Reid again, hands on the footy, coming through his cross. He was taking a tackle, had to handball it to Templeton. He gets on his non-preferred right foot. Little toe poke. Pilgrim came out, attacked the footy, but overran it in the end. McNamara mopped it up. Handball comes towards Chalice, who's been good today. He just couldn't gather on that occasion, and we'll see a boundary throw-in. We're midway between centre wing and half forward for Maryborough Castlemaine, who trail by 40 points. 13-7 the Raiders, 6-10 the Lions as they go up. Wilson knocked it down, but Cummins sharked it. His handball back to Nick Wright. Wheels around, left foot kick towards half forward. Driscoll was the target, as he has all day. They Parsons right with him, punched it away. Asplin arrived to support, just slipped around the man. Little kick comes to Parkin, who takes the mark. I reckon he's just outside his range here, though. He's going to have to kick this every bit of 50 metres to clear the players on the line. The man on the mark, 45 out. So Daniel Parkin, premiership coach last year in the Maryborough Castlemaine Football League, captain of the Interleague team. He kicks it from the 50 and just drags it narrow, searching for that extra couple of metres. We're back to 39 points in favour of the Raiders. We've gone a shade over 7.5 minutes here in the last quarter as his opposite number, Jackson McLeod, brings it in for Geelong, and he has
stepped out of the box.
Yeah, done the old step, touched the line on the kick in, so it's going to come all the way back down for a ball up. It's the old one. It's like a no ball in cricket, that one. You just wonder why, when you got a 10-metre square to work with, why you get right to the very nth degree of the line before you kick it. So anyway, the ball up is taken Geelong's way, but Parkin's the only one home as the kick came out. He just loses his feet, but he's marked it almost on the exact spot he just had that shot for goal from. So Parkin, 45 metres out. He just had a little practice run from here. He's setting up for the set shot again. It will take his best kick to cover the journey.
The distance before.
He hits this one a bit nicer, I reckon. It's right there. They contest a metre out, off hands, through for a behind. We're back to 38 points, and again we've got an issue with the kick in. This time, though, I think it was just the player took it a little bit too quickly, and the umpire wasn't happy that things had been set up. So he has another go. Little short one goes to Corey Collins in the pocket. He goes to Matt Smith. That's the Geelong version. We've got 2 Matt Smiths out there. Who would have thought you'd find 2 Smiths? Poss, not a very common name. Pilgrim punches it away and straight onto the windscreen of a car on the outer side.
That was actually pretty stiff for that car because it's actually trying to reverse into the parking bay. If he'd moved a bit quicker, he wouldn't have got hit.
Hopefully they're listening to Main FM and enjoying the call over in that car today as it comes off hands Geelong's way to Pittman at half forward. He was taking a tackle. Chalice running on for him. Slid in on hands and knees. Just knocked it out into a teammate's path who toe pokes it to Fantella. He kicks it deep inside forward 50, but no one home. Taylor Stewart comes out for Maryborough Castlemaine, knocked off his feet, tackled now. He needs to probably get it out of there. He does. Spalding arrives to support Templeton. He was taking a heavy tackle, hard against the line. Holzfiend was bustled over. And we'll see a throw in now. Grandstand side, 50-metre mark for the Geelong District, who lead by 38 points as we are deep in the, well, we're 10 minutes into the last quarter anyway. Up they go. Neither ruckman gets a clean advantage on the hit out. It's spills to ground level. They scrap for it. not coming out in a hurry, and we're going to see a ball up 50 metres out from the Geelong District Raiders goal. Been very good today. They lead by 38 points. Miller did the ruck work, knocked it back inboard. Phyllis, his kick was smothered. It comes to Sellers. He was tackled. They're happy to concede a behind here through Bar. Maryborough Castlemaine, they're running out of options, and the lead is back to 39 points as we shade past 10.5 minutes here in the last quarter. Kick in was a low, hard, careful one to Cummings. It was okay. He wheels around, just bangs it on the boot towards Parkin, who flew high. Off hands it came to Driscoll. He was taking a heavy tackle. They're still fighting for the ball at half forward here for Geelong. Heavy tackles left, right and centre. Hard to get it out of there. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. How are we stacking up statistically in this last term so far, Poss?
Sorry, there I'm Stuart, just a little bit lost here. Geelong have had the bulk of the play with their 5 inside 50s to Maryborough's 2. They've had a couple of marks inside 50 and 3-2 shots on goal.
As the ball still doesn't come out from that boundary, ball up, so we do it again. Umpire throws it up. Reed went up with Bolton. Neither one got advantage, but Chalice takes it off the pack. Kick towards Pittman, who marks it on the second attempt at half forward. Hard to eat chips and call a game, Poss. Pittman, left foot kick, goes towards the top of the square. Off hands, ground level. Oh, Holsfeen nearly got a little snap out of the pack, but we've got a whistle. Maryborough Castlemaine getting the free kick through Sellers, who will take it. I think that was for being held off the footy. He goes to the big ruckman, Reed, just inside the line. That's been an interesting battle. Wixie, the ruckman, Big Reed, and Wilson and Bolton. I reckon it's about even, Stephen.
Yeah, look, Wilson was good when it counted at the start, wasn't he? He got him off to that good start. But he has battled on Reed.
Absolutely. Now, the string of handballs from Geelong have broken down. We've got a ball up now. We're almost true centre wing on the grandstand side. They lead by 39 points. They're going to win this game as Bolton goes up unattended and knocked it down, but close to the line. No room to move, and it's bustled over.
Still massive amounts of interchanges, mate, late in the game.
Yeah, they're rotating everybody through the bench, and they give them all a fair run in this game.
Now this time, Ash Driscoll's up the ground a bit. He gathers it from the throw-in, kicks in towards Brown, who just used the body nicely there on Addy, and takes the mark. 40 metres out, almost directly in front, and this is a must kick for the Maryborough Castlemaine side. Probably not a lot of hope at 38 points the margin, but certainly if they're going to start anything, it needs to begin with this kick from Matthew Brown, who has 2 today. He comes in and hits the top of the post, through for a behind. The margin back to 37 points.
He's had a few opportunities today, hasn't he, Stu, that, for a bloke who's kicked as many goals as he's kicked, he probably should be getting them. Yeah,
I called it a couple of weeks ago. And when we called Lexington, I don't reckon he's that reliable on the set shot at the moment, Matt Brown. So McLeod will bring it in. His kick clears the defensive 50. It was a good mark too. And there's Chalice. I reckon Chalice is getting more and more of a grip on the best on-ground medal as the minutes tick by here. It comes out to Fursland. He kicks it in towards half forward. Bouncing ball. Sellers can't get hold of it. Now he just tries to shovel it out a little bit to Strickland, who was bustled over as he kicked it. And was it on the full? I can't see the umpire there.
Smothered off the boot.
It was touched off the boot and over the line.
Yep.
I've just got a big concrete pillar in the way between me and the boundary umpire.
Yeah, you've lucked the draw of the straws with the possessions today, mate. What happened?
Up it goes. We worked ourselves a bit closer to the internet cable as Chalice picks it up. We're not in our customary central position here, but we're working all right anyway. Sante wheels it back around into the forward pocket. Stewart on the second attempt gathered it and then just smacked it on the boot. Didn't really look. Bolton was the only man home. The little chain of handballs. Santar and McLeod combined. Comes back to Collins, who's been very good today as well. And his little kick is okay to Fursland. So Fursland, 2 kicks from home. Pittman presented for him. Didn't go that way. Instead he goes towards Parker, who took a big fly in the pocket. It spills out the back to Holsfeen, who snaps it back. And we've got a mark right close to the line. He's run on there, Parker. And I'll tell you what, he wouldn't be out of directing for the medal either. He went to chip it back into play. The umpire said, hold it. Now, you know what country we're in now, Poss? This is your real Bunana sort of country.
I can hear it ripening as we speak.
The man on the mark is almost against the behind post. He is hard against the line. He comes in. He does go the Bunana. And that is your real Bunana. Spoon of ice cream, a couple of sprinkles in a split formation. Because that is a goal. And he rounds out what's been a very nice game, Luke Parker, with his second goal.
He's got better as it's got on, hasn't it?
Certainly has, yes.
A little bit quiet to start with, but overall, pretty handy game.
As we're back in, I'll get to the score in a second. All sorts of things happening here in the commentary box. As
shenanigans.
We're just getting the poss fed and watered. 14 goals, 8, 6-13. Geelong are going to win this one comfortably and claim 20th position in the AFL Victoria nowadays rankings. In the centre of the ground, string of handballs. Joel Cross, he just was forced to go back a little bit, and now they cough it up. Whitney gathered it, then he was taken in a tackle. Chalice comes through again. I still like him for this medal, boys.
Yep.
Goes into the middle of the ground. McLeod overcooked a kick to him though, and Templeton chopped it off. Almost on the turntable is James Templeton. His kick, well, it was smothered by McLeod. He wouldn't be out of the reckoning either, but there's my man Chalice. All he needs to do now is streak in here, but he's not going to. I thought he had an opportunity to run into goal then. He went to Whitney. The 1-2, he'll get it back. Still might have a chance here from 45, and he goes bang and kicks a goal, Andrew Chalice. That is his second, and the margin continues to grow as we so often see in interleague footy. Once she's over, it's very over, because I guess the tendency comes in to not really put yourself on the line too much when you know the game's out of reach. We do tend to see blowouts in this game, Wixie, and we're seeing one now. And
pretty fitting that you said Chalice and Whitney, mate, because I would imagine they're probably two of the best two players on the ground.
Certainly are, without question now. 15-8, 98 now Geelong, 6-13 Maryborough, after it was only a goal of difference, but Maryborough still to manage a goal in the second half here, as it comes to Asplin from the centre of the ground, who kicks it towards half forward. Out they come. Big fly in the pack there. No one could take the mark off hands. It came to Templeton. He's heading the wrong way from goal. Heavy tackle was applied on him by Fletcher. Made him cough it up. Coming through was DeSanto. Little paddle comes out to Matt Smith. That's Geelong's version, who handball over the top. Made the big man there in Bolton stretch for it. He got a toe poke inside forward 50. Handball came out from Pittman. Sellers trying to get free to get hold of it. Now clears a path for Stewart, whose high kick goes towards Parkin. Probably lucky not to give a free kick away. He gathers it again on the bounce. He went back towards his version of Matt Smith, but he was under the pump from Whitney, who gathers it. Handball back into Bolton. 55 from goal. He can't pick it up either. They dive on top. And no, I'm not going to get a ball up. I'd like one. Fletcher can't get out of there either. It rolls on. It comes back to Whitney. He tried to slip the tackle, had it a long time. Umpire said play on. Driscoll to Matt Smith. His little kick comes to Ash Driscoll. Awkward bouncing one over the line. Poss, fill in something so I can take a breath.
I was going to say, mate, for 3.5, we've been going 3.5 quarters, but the intensity has not dropped from the first bounce. Just looking at next year's fixtures, if you're interested, the loser of this game will take on the winner of Allen Bank and District Football League, or the Mid-Gippsland and District Football League.
Ooh, road trip.
And the winner of this game, they look like they shall take on the loser of either the Wimmera or the North Central Football League.
All right, now it's come right to the outer side under the scoreboard for Geelong. We've got a whistle, and a free kick is going to Travis Fursland. He squares it up. There's my man Chalice, who gets it on the boot. Bouncing ball into the goal square. That wasn't his best kick. Maryborough Castlemaine defenders trying to mop it up. It comes off the toe of Strickland into the centre of the ground. Hard against the line there. Whitney, he's almost knocked over the fence as he kicks it across the face. It hit the behind post on the full, but it's almost one of those ones that went around the back of the
signal.
He's going for a score review, boys.
It's almost one of those ones that went around the post and then hit definitely hit the behind post on the full. And I reckon what that's done is cross the line and go around the back of the post and hit the behind post.
That's got some serious.
It's one of those tricks, because he was almost knocked over the fence as he kicked it, and I reckon it's had the effect of swinging the ball around.
Hit the back of the post.
So You don't
Stewie?
see that very often.
Well,
I know it's a long way away, Stewie, but I'm free this time next year if it's a road trip, mate. I'm booking a seat.
Yeah, no, we do enjoy. We had a good time at Tatura last year.
Yes,
An
we
even
did.
better time on the way home, as it's bustled out to the outer side from the
is that
kick
why
in. We're going to see a throw in.
minus one team member?
Oh, we don't like these home interleague games.
No. One of them's not here this year because he can't handle interleague.
Well, it does sort the boys from the man in the interleague action as it comes off the hands of the pack into the centre of the ground. And all on his own there was Fitzsimmons. His kick, though, was a tired one, and it goes towards the boundary line. It'll be over the line. We'll have a throw in as this game is petering out here. It's 50 points the margin in favour of Geelong. Second half promised so much when it was only a goal the difference at half time, but Maryborough Castlemaine literally haven't fired a shot in the second half. They still haven't managed to kick a goal. As McLeod gathers it from the throw-in, he kicks it deep to the goal square. I don't think anyone touched it. It bounced past everybody, and he has his second, the captain. He's going to lead his team to a strong win today. They now lead by 56 points, and Maryborough Castlemaine have added just 5 behinds in the second half in what is now becoming a lopsided scoreboard, not really reflecting the nature of the game though, Wixie. It's been much more competitive than what the final scoreboard will show.
No, it has, mate, and exactly what you said, though. Like, once an interleague game's over, it's sort of over. It blows out a bit, doesn't it? So just interesting to see down there with Shane Fisher, the coach of the Maryborough Castlemaine League, also with Lexington. Is there five Lexington boys on the bench now?
I was just going to say Matt Brown's just come off, so he's put his spearhead in cotton wool.
Yeah.
But as we're back in the middle, he's probably going to try and throw the Navarre boys into as much action as he can. Knock a few of those down. It spills out towards the wing. Just clean hands again from the Geelong players. Fantella, little kick down towards half forward. Matt Smith, Parkin, who's led from the front. His little handball to Nick Wright, who was taken high, and we'll get a free kick. So the Carisbrook midfielder goes into the centre of the ground. Joel Cross, who I reckon's been okay today, a little untidy with the footy from time to time. Handball to Sellers, to Asplin. 55 from goal, goes into the pocket. Driscoll used the body and took the mark. Had a tough day, Ash Driscoll. He hasn't seen competition like this year in the Maryborough Castlemaine Football League. He's been well held out there by Tom Parsons, and he has a rare opportunity to kick on goal from no more than 25 metres out on a reasonably acute angle. In he comes, and he likes it off the boot. He has got his second, and we're back to that margin of 50 points. The first goal in the second half for Maryborough Castlemaine, 7-13 now, trailing 16-9 the Raiders.
Just as the Lexington rucksman comes off for a rest as well, and the Avoca coach limps back on.
You're starting a conspiracy theory here, Wixie, I reckon.
I'm just waiting. Where's Damon Asplin? He'll be not too far away. Yeah. Jimmy Templeton.
We're on to something here.
Both been very good today, those boys too.
They certainly
Asplin
have.
and Templeton. So,
Stewie, you were spot on with Joel Cross too. He's had a heap of the ball and probably will go down as one of the better players, but geez, hasn't done a lot with it, has he?
No, a bit untidy with his disposal from time to time as the clearance comes to Fitzsimmons, who goes with the wobbly punt into the forward 50. Gee, it was an awkward one there for Buddy. He just couldn't get hold of it. Folks gets back, gathers it, hard against the line, left foot kick. Did pretty well in the end, controlled it. And probably would have got pinged for deliberate in AFL circles, but in country footy, that was a pretty good option to work it around the line and over.
Yeah, your theory's out the water, Wixie, because Nick Spalding's just come back on from Lexington.
No, I did see that just then.
Pilgrim got the punch away, but it comes straight back in, but only as far as the chest of Barr, who mops up at half back. He goes to that man Spalding, who'd just come on the ground. He's got a bit of space now. He runs away, has a bounce, crosses centre wing, puts on the afterburners, a second bounce.
There on his own.
He goes into the pocket in that direction, and gee, it was an easy one for Kroll because his opponent in Jackson McLeod, the captain, had slipped over, and he wasn't that impressed with himself either after Kroll took that mark, and he'll go back and shoot from 40 metres out directly in front. So he was a development player in this squad, and such was his form. He made the final cut. Ben Kroll, the Newstead player, he's just tugged it off to the left and through for a behind. 49 points as a margin.
Do you think there's much in it that there's been a changeover? There's only 5 players that played in last year's victorious Maryborough Castlemaine League side. there's much in it that they haven't had really a lot of time to gel together as such. Sorry, Stu.
No, you're right, mate. It could be. I mean, they are missing a few. We said that at the top, but
yep.
Yeah, whether it's
and even
injury
in the
or
training squad, a lot of those names were missing there.
Yeah, no, we'd have to ask probably what the buying's been like of the players. Now, it's come all the way. Transition footy. Buddy's kick comes into the forward line. Quick snap on goal. Came from Parker, but it is through for a behind, just offline. Back to 50 points is the margin. 7-14. Maryborough Castlemaine are trailing Geelong District Raiders, who are 16 goals. And I'm waiting for that scoreboard to update. They're searching for a number in there. What's the lucky number, Poss? 16-10. They're looking for. That's what's taking the time. They're trying to get the 10 up, going to double figures. As the kick in just slips through everybody's hands, came to Kennedy, who soccers it off the ground, clears the danger zone for Maryborough Castlemaine, finds the boundary line. Outer side between wing and half forward. We're going to see a throw in. 50 points is the margin here in favour of Geelong. Just one goal in the second half so far for Maryborough Castlemaine. Taken off the hands of the pack, kicked in the forward line for the Raiders. Taking a tackle there was Fletcher, and Maryborough Castlemaine repel, but only as far there as Broman, who marks it. His two kicks from home. Gee, they're lining up everywhere for him, and he manages to only find the hands of Joel Cross, who fumbled the mark, got back, gathered it, goes to Strickland in the back pocket by hand. He standing start kick towards Spalding, who stood underneath it, couldn't mark it off hands. Broman, little left foot kick, high to half forward. Nathan Smith got in front position and took a mark. He's been pretty tenacious today. Geez, handball though was chopped off, and then he made a bit of high contact in trying to regather it. Then the free kick is going to Murray Bond.
The mark there from Matt Smith. There's a siren sounds, Drew. I'll let you do the wrap-up. I was just going to say that mark there of Matt Smith, that was paid, but yeah, Ash Driscoll is a bit stiff earlier on.
So it's 16-10, 106, 7-14, 56. 50 points is the final margin in favour of the Geelong and District Raiders. So they claim position 20. Maryborough Castlemaine will go back to, what, 22, Poss? Or 23 even?
It ends up being, they actually drop more than the one position that they are now.
26 or 27,
because they drop down, there's a team that moves up. It's actually a drop of 2 to 3 spots, depending on
so it's a long way back then, isn't it?
Exactly right. Next year, they'll be playing the winner of 25-26. So they're looking around about position 24. So it's a drop of 2 spots effectively.
Yeah, well, they'll be disappointed with that because, as I said, it was a competitive game at half-time. It was 8-2 to 6-8, just a goal of difference, and Maryborough Castlemaine have been wasteful. But they were blown away in the second half. 8 goals, 8 Geelong added to just 1 goal, 6 from Maryborough. So it was disappointing. Now we'll just push through here and hear the ceremony on the ground.
Just looking at some of the players coming off the bench. Big Nigel Reid, he's got the ice on the left calf. Scott Sellers got ice on the left knee. I can't see any other casualties, but they've got one more home and away round next week, and then they've got another break to go with Queen's birthday.
They have. Now we're just hanging around waiting for the presentation ceremony. I don't know if we can... If we flick the magic wand on under the loudspeaker, this could be a job for our man Dempsey to just do some of his very best work here.
Actually, he's just come through with a score in the last quarter. We've got a tight game at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Bendigo 17-10, 112, leading Gippsland 13-15, 93, and that's 11 and a half minutes into the last quarter.
All right, so going to be an interesting finish there as we just await the presentation ceremony here. And we'll get to you with a better play. Wixie, who do you like, mate? I'm going with my man, Chalice.
Yeah, I agree totally, mate. Over the 4 quarters, I reckon he was the best performer. As we said earlier, McLeod was good, but did have a couple of quiet patches there. Parker had a pretty good game, but was quiet early, so I think Whitney was pretty good as well. So I would say out of Whitney and Chalice it would be.
And what about from the Maryborough Castlemaine point of view, mate? Who did you think led the way?
Oh, look, Joel Cross obviously probably had most of the ball, but as we just said before, didn't use it the best, and a lot of times didn't use it too well. Wasn't under any pressure either. So, look, Pat Cummings come in and out of it. Nick Wright started off okay. Yeah,